Hey, yo, what's up, baby? Welcome back to the Pac-Man special, Waka Waka. We are back up in this thing with another deck profile for you for my Dragon Ball Super card head. So today, the deck profile that I'm putting up now is the one I was playing in Winterfest for our tournament participation. I was a gym leader, and as the gym leader, we had to pick a few different decks. So I chose my favorite leader from set 15, which was Red Broly. Red Broly is a cool deck. I do wish it didn't have its permanent, but before we dive into the deck profile, you already know. Let's get the shameless plugs in. Hermit Style, best Discord to play the game. Feel free to hop in there. Let us know when you get in there. We'll welcome you, get you set up, and get you going and testing with some of the greatest players of all time in there. We're always cranking out games. Shout out to Pro Mats for making this beautiful mat. And if you guys want one, feel free to hit Jimmy up about a play mat. All right. So let's go ahead and dive into the leader. A lot of people don't know necessarily what the leader does, but people in my Discord do know because I've been able to steal games with this leader quite a few times. The leader is Broly. His permanent says you can't play non-Broly battle cards in your deck, period. So it checks for deck off top, so there's no way around the permanent. Auto, you choose one extra card in your hand, discard it, and draw two. So that's really cool. It's not really a +1. You're filtering. I mean, it's a +1. It's not really a +2, but you're filtering through your deck, getting the cards that you're looking for. And since you're only playing a limited number of battle cards, you have to see them. Cool thing is, when your life is at 3 or less, you draw 2 cards and switch your energy to active mode and flip this card over. You do not have to turbo to this awakening, okay? One of the things that I learned about this red leader, he's not as aggressive as you want him to be for most red decks, which is pretty decent. I've won a couple games being at high life. I think the highest life I had was 6, which is pretty nuts. But I was able to accomplish this with the combination of cards in the deck. On the awaken side, once you awaken, when this card attacks, you draw 1 card, and then if there are 7 or more extra cards in your battle area, you can activate the activate battle skill on a red non-field card with an original cost of 3 or less in your drop area without paying its energy cost. If you do, send this to the ward. Now this is all in the auto, so once you declare attack, your auto goes pending. If they negate it, you can then choose to still draw and choose one of your extra cards in the drop area and activate the activate battle. So we actually have a card in here that helps me KO a lot of things. So if they negate my leader swing, I just activate that and then KO, part of their board that equals up to that specified number. All right. Activate battle, my red extra cards in my hand, I discard them and this leader gets plus 5,000 power for the battle. So it's not something that's in my combo area, it's me actually pitching an extra card in order to activate this activate battle skill, and it's not once per turn, I can do it multiple times. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and dive into the deck. Let's go ahead and start with the battle cards. We're gonna start with the secret rare of choice, which is Broly. This secret rare hasn't seen as much shine as I want it to. It's a really good secret rare. Only bad part about it is that it doesn't have many targets to choose for you to go into it. This deck actually has been able to make that, and this is a Broly battle card. It's SS4 Broly, the Great Destroyer, Ultimate, Barrier, Double Strike. Activate main, choose 1 red Saiyan, mono red Saiyan in your battle area and sack it. All right, you literally remove it from the battle area and play this card for free. And then once it hits board, it gives your leader 10k to the end of your opponent's next turn. And it has a permanent where it negs your opponent's leader, battle cards, combo cards, all 5k. And it doesn't say choose, so it gets around barrier. Was able to clutch out a win against the AOD deck because Bobby is less than 5k. So as soon as I pass turn, immediately Broly checks and it dies. It just goes straight to the drop, which is pretty nuts. And the longer this sticks on the board, more than likely you're winning this game unless they can deal with it on their turn when you pass. Okay, the next battle card we run, we do a 3 of SS Broly finishing the job. This is an auto limit 1, so you kind of want to play this on your opponent's turn as well as your turn. When you activate this card here, you basically, when you use a extra card that costs an original cost of 3 from your hand or drop area, hand or drop area, you pay 1 red and you play this card on top. And when you play this card on the field, it just sticks. If they don't take care of it right then and there, what's going to happen next is on your turn, when you swing and declare an attack, you get to choose one of the autos, whether you want to neg a Unison 15k or a battle card 10,000. When a Unison gets negged, it loses a marker. So this is a Unison killer. So you swing at their Unison, they have no counter, it has no combo step, so you literally neg it 15k and then you take it down to another marker once the attack goes through. All right, the next card we're going to play here is going to be Broly Crown of Retribution. Simple card. Save them for when you're going for a game. That way you can take a look at their hand, count their combo power, get rid of any negates that they may have unless they counterplay it. It forces them to use a counterplay as well if you don't want them to look into your hand. One of your boss monsters of the deck is going to be SS Broly Brutality Beyond Measure. One thing I like about the card is the artwork. Broly's giving a bear hug to Gohan. Now this is a 6-drop Broly that comes down for 3. It has deflect and double strike. Green does take care of this very easily because Frieza gets around deflect, but it has a permanent. If your opponent has 3 or more energy and you have 5 or more extra cards in your drop area, you can reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 3. And then auto once per turn, when you activate battle skill on an original cost of 3 or more from your hand or drop area, you get to discard a card and restand him. If you discard a copy of him, you draw 2 cards and choose one of your opponent's battle cards or Unison cards and negate 35,000 power for the turn. So this does help you clear some big problems on the board. 35k takes care of just about every card in the game, for other than most secret rares, but you can literally KO just about anything with this. Now with the Unison that I chose to put in the deck, we can pretty much kill anything. So that's something that's pretty cool. And then the last battle card of the deck is our super combo. It's a Sparking 5 super combo, 0-10k. So if you need to protect yourself early, you can use it. You won't get the draw, but it's good there. But these are the only Broly cards that I literally play in the deck. I have played around with the ratio. Sometimes I bump this up to 3 and take this down to 2. It just depends on the matchup. It's running at a 51 card deck. I can probably go to 52 and run Broly Crown. I'll show you a couple of extra options that you can use too. My Unison of choice was not the Unison from the set. It is actually Jiren. Jiren is probably outside of the Piccolo Junior Unison. Jiren's probably the best Unison in the next there. It's a 3 cost. Yes, you have to wait 1 more turn to play it, but that combined with Wolfang Fist is literally broken, okay? Because of the simple fact that Wolfang Fist gets around barrier, as well as when your opponent plays a battle card. With Jiren, I can choose to negate 10. Now if it has barrier, that's fine. When they swing with it, if they swing with it, you Wolfang Fist it, and then you can neg 3 here with the activate battle and negate 25. So secret rares are 40k. 15 plus 25 is 40k. Bye bye secret rare. But yeah, Wolfang Fist and Jiren is one of the coolest combinations. We'll definitely try to see if this is something that is usable moving forward in multiple decks. This is one of the extra cards we use, and now we'll go over the rest of the extra cards of the deck. We do need to be able to self-awaken, so we play a full set of the Demon Awakens. It's literally activate battle for free with 0 cost, 5k combo power, or activate main limit 1. You burst 1 off the top of your deck, and then if your leader card is Red Broly, you send this card from the warp, and you could from your drop to your warp, and you can take a life. So it's something that's pretty cool. You want to this is your ideal target to pitch and then draw to, because it gets more value in the drop than it does just using its combo power. The next card I run is Strategies of U7. We ran it as a 2-up because we want to give this guy barrier. The only card that'll end up stopping it once it has barrier is Petrification, but Petrification won't stop you from going into your secret rare. So that's something that's pretty cool there. The negate package, we have, outside of Wolfang Fist, 2 King Vegeta's Imposing Presence, 2 Violent Rays, and then we did 3 testing the oppositions, because just in case they want to stall us out, we want to be able to get down to that 3 life to awaken. We don't have an alternate awakening. 3 life is it, but that's also known as the danger zone, and we don't want to play too much with that. Now, even though we're running Jiren, we can't run Videl, we can't run Yamcha. So our counterplay of choice is going to be 2 Omen of Awakening, another Self-Awakening card. It becomes a 1-drop if I have a Unison in play, and then I can just crit a life and play this. Now, with the amount of extra cards you're running in the deck, critting a life doesn't hurt, because you'll basically see all of this majority of the time because of the way you filter through the deck. Now, the most exciting card and one of the main reasons why I played the deck was Gigantic Meteor. This card has a permanent, and most of the 3-drop extra cards moving forward going to have this permanent. My leader is a red Broly, a mono red Saiyan. For this one, I reduced the energy cost of this card in my hand by 2. So this is literally a 1-drop. Alright, activate battle, limit 1, choose 1 of these. If it's any number of your opponent's cards that has a total power of 30k or less, and KO them. So you add up their board and literally KO 30k. Once it gets to 30k, you KO it. If they played their secret rare, so for example, they played the Wicked Saiyans or the Radiant Saiyans on your turn, it's a 40k body that comes out pretty much for 2. On your next swing, you can literally when they play it, -10 with Jiren, and then on your next swing you can activate battle, tap 1 and KO it, because it is at 30k at that point. So it's a really good card. You can pitch these, you see them early and often. Now my favorite combination is the Demonic Barrier along with Demonic Playtime. All right, and the reason why we do these, Demonic Barrier says if my leader is at 15, I give them additional 5 in crit, and then this is our chomper of the day. All right, we run it at a solid 4 of. These are also 3 costs. They do become 1-drops if my leader cards are red Broly, which they are. Literally double strike crit, and I draw 1. This card replaces itself. So on your unawakened turn 2, ideal turn 2 play that I've done every single time just about, is use these in a combo, and my leader is now at a 25 double strike crit unawakened, and I drew a card. So it's something that's really cool to do, really cool combination there. And then the last but not least, the sleeper of the deck is Cease to Exist. We don't really use Cease to Exist for its activate main. I did use it a couple of times in one game against AOD, just to clear cards that were giving me problems with barrier. But the activate battle is what's going to be super cool about it. We ran it at 3. I do want to keep it at 4 sometimes, but I see it all the time. It's just a matter of finding out what's the newer ratios moving forward. The deck, I do feel, needs a lot more support to be able to be any type of successful moving forward, but we'll get there, and we'll keep testing as we go forward with the deck. Now, the cool play that I want to show you as I get some of these cards out the way is, sometimes you don't want to swing with this once you play this, because if you swing with this, your leader first, and he's untapped, you won't really get to get the full capacity or the full value out of this battle card. So normally what I do is when I play him, I'll swing here first, and they'll be like, oh, okay, well, he didn't activate his leader skill, but I'll combo this from hand. This has an original cost of 3, but I get to combo it for free. All right, and once I do that, it'll cause him to restand. I pitch, draw 2 cards. If it's a copy of himself, neg that 30k, fizzles out the attack. And you can do it on defense as well, because obviously you're gonna swing again. And if you saw your strategy is use 7, you can give it barrier and hold it down for a turn. And then, you know, do this with they swing, boom, untap, pitch, draw 2, neg that, and I'm going in. All right. So that was pretty much the deck profile for Red Broly set 15. Yeah, let me know what you guys think, if there's any ratios that you change. If you want to give the deck a try and you want to learn play lines, hit me up in the Discord. I will gladly go over some of the play lines with you. Super fun deck, one of my favorite decks. Like I said, a couple of other options that you could have used in the deck, obviously, is the Demon Cometh. I misread this card, thinking I can play a Broly Crown from deck and be able to get its skills, but it doesn't work like that. But this is a cool filter card that you get, where you can tap 1, play this, pitch an extra card, draw 2. It literally just helps you filter, and it's an extra card in the drop as well. So we did have 2 more crowns, as well as the Vegito and another Violent Rays. We were testing out different ratios and things of that nature, so we want to be able to figure out what's the best ratio. What I came up with, I do feel like it's the best at 51 cards, but like I said, feel free to let me know what you guys think. If anybody's got a problem with you, tell them to kiss your ass, because that's what I do. Peace, love, happiness. Love you guys. Gone.